All right, you ready?
Want to do a clap?
Start now.
2, 3, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pam, and today I have a very special episode, second episode of my Repot with Us series, and I have Nicole from My Clean Leaves here today with me, so I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Hi, Pam's peoples. I'm Nicole from My Clean Leaves. Go sub if you're not already. But I was so excited when you asked me to be on your channel because I freaking love you to death, and I love your channel.
I love you.
And then she told me that it was going to be like a sip and repot. So I was like, well, any chance I can drink on camera, it's a good day for me.
Right? Very excited. I mean, it's the holiday season. I wanted an excuse to make some kind of fancy cocktail.
Yeah, what do you got there?
What are you drinking?
Oh, okay. So go ahead.
Go ahead, you first.
Okay, me first. Okay, I went real fancy today, and I did white wine, oh yes, with some frozen cranberries and a little kiwi slice.
Oh, gorgeous. It's very attractive, very aesthetic.
Yeah, it is. I'm thinking because we're hosting Christmas this year, so I was like, maybe I'll do this.
Nice.
Maybe this will be my, like, contribution to the party, you know?
Yes,
What do you got?
Yes, good. So I have, I get a few magazine subscriptions. I think this one came out of the Food Network magazine this month, and it is bourbon whiskey with apple cider, maple syrup, and nutmeg and maraschino cherries.
Mmm.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, I must say.
That's way fancier than me.
So we're going to be repotting some plants today. What do you have to repot, Nicole?
Okay, I have a Monstera standeliana. This is actually an elbow. Even though it doesn't quite, like, you can't really, there's not a lot of variegation. Let's see if you can see that. See, there's a little bit on the back end there. This is in sphagnum moss. A good friend of mine sent this to me, and ever since they did, I just haven't taken it out of the spag. So I'm curious to see what the roots look like on this. And then I have my Hoya macrophylla, which I got on a plant shopping thingy not that long ago. And it just put out 2 new leaves. So I was like, okay, it's time to repot this because the soil is just like kind of super compacted. So,
you know, I probably could have repotted my macrophylla too because it's a mess. But it looks so happy in its messy little container.
this is like, it's super, the leaves are super like thin and kind of like wobbly. So I know it needs water. And I was like, I'm just gonna repot it. We're just gonna go with the repot.
Yeah, this, what I've got here is a Hoya Crimson Princess.
She pretty.
It's one of the first houseplants that I bought when I first went to I think I might have got this at the nursery down the street, the one with all of the
spider mites?
the vast variety of pests on everything, and they don't know what anything is, and they'll correct you and tell you like, oh, you're like, oh, it's a nice philodendron, and they'll be like, oh, that's a pothos, honey, and you're like, no, it's not. But it's fine. You can think that and charge me for a pothos. So I got this years ago, and I've just had it forever in the same window, and it was doing great, but now it's having trouble taking up water because it's just so, I mean, this is...
Wow, she's pretty.
This is just chaos. So I'm going to try to get it out of here. I actually didn't really make a plan on what I was going to put it into, so I'll have to... Oh, I see a pot right there. Okay, we're fine. False alarm.
That thing's huge.
I hate taking these off. Like, taking these off sucks.
They get stuck and then they like pinch your fingers. I know.
Oh, it hurts so much.
I think I'm gonna do my standeliana first. I have a cute little white terracotta pot here. I'm using my potting mat because I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna do this on my kitchen table. I was like, maybe I should get something to repot on so I don't make a complete mess before dinner, you know?
Yes, I have one of those too down here, and they are very handy.
Yeah,
I must say.
I love it. You have
I wasn't sure.
Do you have a plant folio?
No, this one's just some. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. It's just got like a couple snaps on the corner.
Yeah.
You know, just like a little whatever. I think it was only like $6 or something. But very glad that I picked it up because if people have watched my channel for a while, they know that I frequently spill dirt all over my rugs while I repot things because I didn't have anywhere to do it. But now I have this.
Yes, your setup is so freaking cute.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
I love it.
It's very cool. It's like very ugly on the other side because it's very utilitarian and that's where like all my seed starting stuff is. But on one side of the room, it's so aesthetic and beautiful.
And that's all you need is just...
It's fine. I just like, I face this side, you know.
You just need the one side of the room. That's all you need. I know, like I love your space. I was thinking of like a filming space today because ever since we moved into this house, I don't really have like a designated filming space anymore because I had my office at the old place. And, you know, this is my plant shelf. Well, one of them. I have two of them. And like the grow lights are on there, so I'm always backlit. So like I need lighting, and it's the kitchen, and I feel like I'm like putting people out when I'm filming here. So I was like, I need to do something. I need to figure something out, you know?
I've always wanted one just because it's just to be able to just come in and sit down. Like now that I've lit this once, I know where everything needs to be. I just want to pop everything on, sit down, and be able to like film and work on my plants or edit back here or read a book in my chair over here.
Yeah. Your chair
is like just the best.
The chair that your cats take over?
Yeah, he's literally in it right now. And if I was not afraid of ruining this setup, I would show you.
Look at these roots on this thing. It's kind of crazy,
Oh,
right?
dang. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, she grew.
I finally got the stupid brackets off of this thing.
Nice.
So,
yes.
I wanted to discuss with you, since we both share a weird, I don't want to call it a hobby, just a weird enjoyment of true crime.
Oh.
So I wanted to talk to you about what you have been watching, listening to, enjoying lately in that department.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to talk about true crime. Well, I have been super into Bailey Sarian lately, which I know I'm probably really late to the game. I'm Bailey Sarian.
Love her.
She's great. But she came out with her new podcast, Dark History. Have you started listening to that? Okay. Yeah, and I think that it's cool. Like, I'm digging the, like, history true crime, you know? Like,
yes.
It's interesting. I've learned quite a bit since listening to her podcast.
And I think it's a lot easier, too, because it's less like, here's all the myriad of horrific ways, like, a woman can die. And it's more like things that happened a long time ago. So, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, like that episode on birth control. Y'all, if you haven't listened to this, whoa, you're in for it.
I haven't seen that one yet, but I heard it was really good.
It was really good. I won't spoil anything. But, so Bailey Sarian, and then, oh man, let me try to think of the last documentary I've watched. Well, I did recently see the movie with, what's his name, Zac Efron playing Ted Bundy. Did you see that one? I can't remember. It's like it's like a really long title. Like Extremely Wicked something something. Anyway, it's the story of Ted Bundy, which it doesn't get much more true crime than that, you know?
We have a nice long winter of time to kill. Very exciting.
Yeah, seriously. I just went on vacation today. Today's my first day off of my regular day job, which we also share an interest in. We're both photographers.
Yes, we are both photographers, mainly wedding photographers. I'm retired. I keep telling myself that. We'll see if it sticks. I try every few years to escape, and then then I just end up back there again because I don't know. It's just like I'm good at it, so
you are.
It's hard to find something else to do a lot of the time when you put so much time into one thing. But I definitely think it's also an industry that where if you're not really into it, you probably shouldn't be there. And
for sure.
I worked with a lot of, I don't know about you, but I have found like a lot of wedding DJs and like wedding professionals. When it was time to get out of the industry and they decided to stay for like another 10 years, and then you have to eat your dinner with them and they have nothing but complaints about everything. I was like, I don't want to be this person. So I'm gonna get out before that happens.
That's kind of smart.
That's sort of my plan, because it's like somebody's most special day, and not really into listening to someone else complain their way through it when they made thousands of dollars to be there that day. So
That's
shut up.
true. That is true. I'll tell you, we're going on year 9, and I don't count last year as a year, because let's be honest, like that was a total shit show. So we're not counting that as a year, but yeah, and I feel like I'm still cool with it. Like Jay's over weddings, he's not a wedding guy, but I still love it. I don't really have many complaints. I am finished with my Standeliana. Look at that.
Oh, beauty.
She's cute.
That looks nice.
She's living her best life now in some De La Tank soil.
Nice. Yes, I have a mix of De La Tanks and what was this? Ocean Forest. I had like half a bag of each, and I was like, screw it, and just dumped them into the same pot.
Mix them up.
That's what we're working with right now.
But back to true crime. I have to tell you a story, because I don't know if you've heard it before, and I can't remember if I've said it on the podcast, which is something else. We also have a podcast with Becca, De La Plants, and KnotDude, Adam.
Yes.
If you're into plants, which I'm assuming you are if you're at this channel.
Yes.
But I can't remember if I told this on the podcast or not, but I have a real life true crime story to tell. So my dad was in the construction business, and I live in Chicago. Well, I used to live in Chicago. Now I'm in the suburbs, but I used to live in Chicago. And my half brother, so my dad's son, was like 16, 17 at the time. And my dad's sitting in a bar, and in walks this big dude, and he's having a conversation with my dad. And he's like, hey, I would really love for your son to come work for my company. Turns out he had his own construction company. And my dad's like, well, he was considering it. He's like, no, my son works for me, thanks, but no thanks kind of thing. They talked, and then they parted their ways. 2 weeks later, my dad's watching the news. That guy was John Wayne Gacy.
Oh my God.
Isn't that nuts?
Wow.
I know. It should
dodged a bullet there.
Dodged a huge bullet. I mean, he was...
Well, dodged probably more than a bullet.
Yeah. He was right at that age, he was definitely trying to get him in there.
Oh my gosh. That's horrifying.
Yeah, he's like, they're digging up his house, because he was from 20 minutes away.
Yeah. Wow. Have you checked out, and this for anyone listening, and I promise we won't only talk about true crime, but have you checked out the JCS videos yet?
No.
I think I told you about them. The ones that are interrogation video analysis.
I did. I watched the Jodi Arias one.
Yes, that one is so good.
Oh my God, she's a whack job.
Oh, it's so nuts. And just to see, I feel like it was such a good channel, because they really, if the cops are being incompetent, they sort of point it out.
Yeah.
And then if they're not, they point it out. And it's very factual. It's not bootlicky I find a lot of the court-based channels to be and stuff like that. But
yeah, for sure.
It's the only one I've ever seen that really focuses on interrogation footage of crimes, and it's very interesting to see. Just the audacity of so many of these people. It's just you really thought you were gonna get away with you honestly thought you were gonna do that and get away with this.
Yeah.
What?
And I like how they break down they kind of get kind of psychological with it, they really it's interesting. I've learned some stuff from that too.
Yeah, it's very cool. So if people watching are curious about that stuff but don't want to watch a lot of gory exploitative kind of stuff, it's very interesting to watch the interrogation footage of some of these people if you're just kind of into what's going on in their brains.
Right.
yeah.
Casey,
very cool.
Casey Anthony keeps popping up in my recommended, so I'm gonna need to watch that one. That one next.
Yes, that one was very interesting because it's just a series of like what the fuck moments where it's just like how did this go the way that it went, and yeah, very good channel. They have a $1 Patreon too where they have stuff that they couldn't keep on YouTube, so that's also quite entertaining. We will move it over to plants. Have you gotten any new plants that you're excited about lately?
Well, I did. Funny you ask. So I got a philodendron mame. Aeroid Asia sent me a couple of plants, and I had a really bad experience with oh man, what's the green spaces, which a lot of people have had great experiences with them, so I don't know what the fuck happened with mine, but anyway, at this point, Aeroid Asia contacted me, and I was just like, whatever, plants that come to me overseas, it doesn't work out, I was like, but whatever, I'll give it a try. So they came in perfect condition. I got a was it a crystallinum? Shoot, now I can't remember what the other one was. But I got a philodendron mame, which I was very excited about because it was on my wish list of plants. And that bitch has spider mites right now.
No.
And when I tell you I've never had spider mites before, Pam, like
really,
I know Adam and Becca were laughing at me because they've both had their share of, all pests.
Of course.
Like all of us have, right? But I've never had spider mites, and they're just like, whatever, one day you'll get yours, and I'm like, no, why?
They really do suck, but I have gotten rid of them, so it's very possible.
Good to know.
And I'm not a very, like when it comes to like pest management, if something needs to be applied very like routinely, like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, I'm just being honest, like it ain't gonna happen. I'll have all the best intentions. It will not happen. So if I have managed to get rid of them, then I find that anybody probably can. Well, and I think it was just a combination of just I did Rachel from Heart Shaped Leaves' technique with the makeup brush, which I think is like just fantastic. That worked so well. So I got everybody off, as best I could, and then I unleashed the predator mites.
Oh, you did predator mites.
And I do that every 6 months or so, and I haven't seen any since.
I might have to go that route. I just I don't know, because
they're great.
I did Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew. Yeah. And I don't see any. But that could be me very well just being in complete denial. Like, I was so pissed that I didn't even check the surrounding plants at that point. I was like, fuck it, take over. I don't care. It's your world.
That is a phase of grief with spider mites, for sure.
Definitely. I was like, it's your world, I'm living in it, and I could get past this, and I'm
pretty sure that I have a video where I dramatized that feeling, because I was very much in it for quite a while, and it was just like, well, I did this to myself. Like, I mean, I knew that I had done it to myself. I purchased so many plants so quickly, and just like filled up the house, and I knew it was going to happen. And I just continued to be an idiot anyway. So I did have them for quite a while, but once I like really got the method down, and I really credit like the brush. To being big on that, because I was just rinsing them off and kind of wiping with a paper towel, and I just don't think I was getting all the webbing off, and if you don't get all the webbing off, you're not getting all the eggs off. And then you're going to have them forever, so... This is spider mite season, so...
I know. This is what I hear. I posted about it on Instagram, and I got a slew of DMs saying, it's going to be okay. 'Tis the season. But I'm going to try
It's totally fine.
I'm going to try Rachel's brush method and see if that helps. Because I kind of did the method where, well, one, I don't give a fuck. And then I just sprayed it. And I was like, you're going to sit right here and you're going to live here. And I haven't checked it since. So we'll see.
Plus, if you caught it, if you catch it when it's not a huge infestation, like, you'll be fine. I mean, I've had plenty one-off spider mite, mealybug kind of situations where I've just, I noticed it pretty quickly and just cleaned whatever was around it, and then that was that. But
yeah, there wasn't a ton.
Definitely found the predators to be the key, and people just, I tell them about it, and they're like, I can't, they're bugs, and I'm just like, you haven't hit the point yet. See, there will come a point where the idea of bugs defeating your other bugs will sound amazing to you. You won't care if those bugs crawl in your bed and tuck up next to you on your pillow and sleep right beside you, because they will get rid of the thing that is killing all your plants. And like, I'm telling you, you will get to that point, and when you get to that point, you come to me and I will help you.
Okay.
Why,
Yeah, I think
like, when you are desperate.
I mean, I've seen so many videos on the, predatory bugs, and I'm just like, oh, like if I had a greenhouse, maybe I can consider that, but I live with my parents and like my husband and my kids, and like other bugs wandering around the kitchen is probably not ideal. But
you won't even see them.
Yeah, true. Just like I didn't see the damn
'em.
spider mites, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, they're bigger than the spider mites. So you can see them usually like that first week that you unleash them. You might see a couple on your plant because they run. They're predators, so they gotta go fast.
That's so
they
cool.
just like, those things book it across the leaf, and you'll just see them like, and just like chomp down on a bug. It's awesome. And then after a little bit, once they run out of food, they eat each other and die.
Oh,
or they
Jesus.
just die.
Oh.
Some of them eat each other and die, but some of them just die.
Cannibalism. We're back to true
and then
crime.
you just don't see them anymore. Yeah.
We circled right back.
I didn't really break up the root
Look at how
ball
pretty.
much, which I should have, but it didn't look, I didn't really see any roots. So I think the soil just needs like aeration, and I think it needed somewhere to go. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to aerate this soil a little bit.
I finished mine too. I think it looks really cute. This is a self-watering pot.
Very cute.
But it's so
Oh,
cute.
that looks
Isn't it?
nice.
So have you gotten any new plants?
I picked up last week. People will probably have seen it by the time this goes up. But I went to Lowe's the other day, and I was walking around, and they had this has happened to me twice now. I've gone into my hardware store, and it is very apparent that they just stocked all the plants. Because there's not one missing. It's just like tight little rows on all the displays. Everything looks like happy and not overwatered. So I like get in there, and I was like, oh my god, okay. So I start going through the plants, and I find a philodendron brantianum.
Wow.
I find the Scindapsus, what is it, silver moon or
Really?
moonlight, Scindapsus moonlight, and then a philodendron micans, which I recently lost to my thrift problem.
Yeah.
So I was able to replace it, and I've been seeing them all over the place for crazy prices, so I didn't want to pay a lot for it, because I mean my first one was $8 or something,
Wait, this was at Lowe's?
I was like, yeah, it was at Lowe's. I was so excited. Yeah, and I had just put in an order at, I have a not New Life Tropicals, ugh, curse. I have a Equigenera order coming.
Oh, cool.
On like December 16th or something.
Okay.
And I have a philodendron brandy in there because I wanted to get another one because mine died, and I was like, I'll just get one here, and of course I find one like a week later.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For less money.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so now I'll have two. But it's fine. I'll give the other one away, and
cool.
it'll be all good.
Man,
so
I gotta get to
excited.
I gotta check out my big box stores. I have not been plant shopping very often. I've actually been downsizing quite a bit with my plants.
Same.
Yeah, I'm in that season of my plant journey, I guess, where I'm just falling out of love with certain plants. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to declutter. I need to really add, like, kind of like Marie Kondo it, like, is this plant bringing me joy or is it not?
Very much.
And if it's not,
I think that's very important to do.
Yeah, because, I don't know. A lot of plants can be very overwhelming, as we all know, and it's the holidays, and it's like winter in the parts of land where we live, and there's just a lot to do with them,
Yes, and and I find like I am willing to do a lot of work for plants that I really love, But if I don't super love the plants and they're being a pain in the ass, and I'm just trying to keep them alive just to feel like I'm not killing a plant, no, I can't do that anymore. It takes your bandwidth for dealing with all the plants you do like.
Exactly.
And then the plants become a one thing instead of a bunch of unique things that you love and you take care of. They become one globular monster.
That's a good way to put
that
it.
requires so much effort and work. And I can't have that anymore because I don't want my hobbies to become things that make me sad.
Yeah, seriously.
That happens too easy.
It really does. It really does. So that's what I've been doing. So I haven't really been going plant shopping, but I was thinking about doing like a big box store plant shop because it's winter. I feel like people are always curious as to like what's in the store now that it's not season. It's like, it's winter. So I'm curious to see what they have. So I might do that. I might check out my loaves.
Figure. I wonder if like the selection is better or worse. Like I would think for people like us, we'll be shopping at the big box stores for houseplants probably more in the winter because we just like need a fix or whatever. But do like normies buy houseplants in the winter?
Yeah. I don't know.
So you might have a better selection in the winter is my point. Because I keep going and finding all of this stuff and I'm like, where's the plant flippers? Like, are they not here? Did they leave?
The plant flippers.
You have those, right?
Of course.
Yes, we have a couple in town, and everyone will always ask me if I know them because they're like, "Oh, you like plants and you live here? Like, you must know so and so." And I'm like, "No, I don't. And frankly, I don't like her. Okay." I'm like, I'm just kidding. I don't know her, but she's responsible for me not getting plants all the time. So, like the devil works hard, but the plant flippers work harder, and they get there faster.
They sure do. Yeah, so I'm gonna check out my big box stores because I'm not opposed to actually purchasing plants as I'm purging plants because I think it's just all about bringing the joy back into it.
Yes, and you can't know what plants work for you unless you own them. So that's just if anybody needed an excuse to go buy some more plants while they're getting rid of plants.
We just gave it to them.
So tell me, anything fun coming up on your channel for the holidays or anything you want to tease or...
I don't know. You know what? Okay, so I recently started a new channel and it's called Nicole's Clean Kitchen.
Yes, I meant to talk to you about that.
And I cook on it, hence the title. It's been a lot of fun, but it's a lot more work. Like, for as simple as the video is, putting the recipe in the description box, us YouTuber creators, we all hate that dang subscription box,
Oh my gosh. And I just want it to be so informative and helpful, but I just don't want to do the work involved in making it that way.
Me too. Like, I understand why people outsource this shit. But so I started that channel and I'm really excited about it. So every Saturday I post a video there. So I've kind of been a little hyper focused on that, and I just got done with work, so I haven't had any time to really like think about my clean leaves, and I'm doing that this week. So I might have some stuff coming in January. I might flip my days around. I'm thinking of doing more collabs like we're doing today.
Yes.
And I just feel like, being a photographer, a wedding photographer specifically, I have downtime in January and February. So this is like the creative time for me, and I'm sure for you too,
Totally.
So
yep.
We're out of season. It's like this is our time to like wind down, unwind, and like really think about stuff. And I love being able to focus on YouTube. I really do.
Yes. This summer when I was working full time, like doing the weddings like all the time for years, it was... Summers were like not a thing really. You just like everyone would be, oh, I'm so excited about this and this and this in the summer, and I'd be like, yeah, that will probably be really nice for you.
Yeah,
I'll be
exactly.
At work.
Enjoy that party because I'll be at another one. Thanks.
Everything on the weekends in the summer or fall or spring was pretty much out of the question. So yeah, I'm trying to change my view of winter. I don't know about you. I know you live in a place that gets winter, and those of us who do and then deal with the winter sads because the sun goes away and it's cold and it's just sucks. So I deal with that a lot. So I've been trying to like refocus the way I think of the winter and think of it more of, and gardening is very helpful because by the end of the gardening season, you're like, I just want to sleep in a cave. I'm trying to look at the winter now as like this rest period. It's okay that, you know, everything winds down and I'm going to do lots of projects in the house. And
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do too. I just got done building. I vlogged today, so this will go up tomorrow. Well, not when you're watching this, but it'll already be on my channel. I built a bookshelf with like all this storage in it because we needed some serious storage like in our space downstairs. So I feel like the little projects, it also definitely comes into play in the winter months, and that keeps my brain going. I have been experiencing a little bit of, I feel like it may be seasonal depression. And I mean, like you said, like winter months, like we kind of all go through it because the sun goes down literally like 4:15, 4:20 p.m. It's crazy how early it goes down. But I was thinking of getting one of those, like, those light lamps, like those happy lamps. Do you have one of those?
I don't, but I'm definitely thinking about getting one. And I swear just like being in the room all the time with the grow lights, as
Right.
like oppressive as they are to like be in the room with, I swear like last winter it did me good because it was always so bright in this room, and like the rest of my house is very dark in the winter time. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to come in here and have it be like, like here on the surface of the sun.
Do you have any plans for your channel coming up?
So right now I am working on the incredibly difficult task of putting one video out every 7 days. It is not going super well, but I have gotten it from one video every month to one video every 10 or 11 days. So we're
That's
getting
good.
there.
That's
I
good.
used to be better at this, but I also used to do less involved videos. So I've kind of switched over to vlogging. I'm still gonna do instructional one-off videos, but I haven't for a little bit. So my plan is in December, I'm planning to finish the rest of the room renovation through the vlogs because it's kind of planty and I don't know, it seems to be going well. And then I'm also incorporating a little bit of cooking into my vlogs, not like whole cooking things, but just putting stuff together. Like I'm doing fire cider on this vlog that probably will be up before this. Will definitely be up before this. But stuff like that, you know, and I did that in the spring with like the violet syrup and stuff. I'm just trying to, I want it to be a very cozy channel, mostly plant focused, but then like other stuff too, because I don't know, what else can you say about, you know, like your plant collection? Like, I'm not the professor type, so I'm not gonna have like, you know, super involved sciencey videos, but people
No,
seem
I
to
love
like
your
it,
vlogs.
so
I like your vlogs a lot.
stick with it. Thank you. It's really fun to do.
It's a different kind of video. You know, I feel like vlogs unfortunately don't do as well, obviously, as the informative instructional videos.
Don't.
Because when people go on YouTube, and you know, if you're watching this, let me know in the comment section if you think I'm right or not. But you're searching for a specific video unless you find and connect with the person that is doing the video. And once you connect with the person doing the video, it's like, I'll watch whatever you put out. Like you could be, you know, showing us how paint dries and I would watch it. So it's like, you know, I love vlogging because I love connecting more with my audience and the people that actually watch them. Like, that's why I love to do it. And I'm not a teacher. Like, so I'm like the instructional stuff, like just, I feel like it's robotic, you know?
It is. It's hard to make it fun. I feel like there are a lot of people in our community that do it well and they make it really fun.
Yes.
And I'm not going to not do it anymore because I like to learn about stuff. So it makes sense for me to take my notes I'm already taking because I like to pretend I'm in school for no reason and then turn it into a video, you know? So
yeah, but I love your vlogs. So I think that, you know, keep them vlogs coming. And
Thank you.
The cooking is fun. Are you a vegetarian? Am I remembering this right?
I was for a very long time. I have incorporated fish and like poultry back in, but I'm sort of trying to incorporate it back out because I don't feel I don't feel better. So that was the point. I was trying to see if I felt better and I don't. So
yeah.
Probably gonna have to like work out and stuff.
Oh gosh, let's not get crazy. It's winter time. We got our pots, we got our plants potted. I'm I was looking at
did.
this, like, as you were kind of talking, and I'm like, this is actually a really pretty plant. It's got, like, pink all around the leaves. I never really...
I love that plant. It's such a good grower. Like, it just takes neglect.
These
like
were,
a champ.
well, I think that's what it is. Like, these leaves were microscopic the other day, and I was like, oh, shit, I gotta give this thing water, or they're not gonna grow. And they're growing, like, 10 times faster. And I'm like, it's because you're stressed. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. I love that shirt, too. That's my favorite Pam shirt.
Oh, thank you. Samillo monkey shirt. It's that time of year. I put it away until about November usually.
Wear it in every video.
It's time to come back out. I have so many stupid t-shirts. It's
Me too.
a whole drawer, just an entire drawer, and it's Marie Kondo folded too, so you know there's like 100 shirts in there.
You could get a lot of shirts in a Marie Kondo drawer.
I know, God, I didn't want to be converted, but I was. All right, well, thank you, Nicole, for joining me on my channel. You were highly requested, you specifically, as well as anyone from Potted Together. So very excited that you got to come on and waited for my slow, disorganized dash to get my drink together.
Thank you so much for having me on your channel. This was like, I was very excited about this. I was like, oh my God, Pam's asking me to be on her channel. Yay!
I know. I've only been meaning to do this for what, 2 years now. We've been talking about since, well, when did we do our first collab? If you didn't see our first collab, I will put it in the eyeball right here. You should definitely watch it. It was really funny. It was one on my channel, one on Nicole's channel. I don't want to toot our own horn, but we kind of pioneered the reacting to stupid plant hacks genre.
We did.
Okay, we are ahead of our time by copying people from other communities on Netflix. I mean, on YouTube.
Well, this is a really good time to ask you this because I'm putting you on the spot because you can't say no because I'm asking you now. But we would really love to have you on the podcast. Okay.
I would love to be on the podcast. That would be wonderful.
Okay, good.
Totally.
Because I was just talking to Adam and Becca. We were planning season 4, which I can't believe we're going into season 4.
That's crazy.
I know, it's a lot of fun. I look forward to recording with them every week. It's so much fun. But you're on our list of guests, so.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, no, totally. I would love that. I've never been on a podcast. Well, I had a little spot on the ledge once, but that was it.
That's another good podcast.
So, you guys will be my first podcast. I'm so excited.
Okay, good. I knew you couldn't say no. Well, thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me. This was a lot of fun. And it gave me a reason to sit down and actually focus on repotting my plants and drinking.
I have needed to repot this for so long.
My plants thank you. So long. And I drank a whole bottle of wine. This was a whole bottle of wine in this big-ass wine glass.
That was a whole bottle of wine? Oh my God, that's amazing. Well, I'm going to make another drink now when we get off because I feel like I need to catch up now. All right, well, guys, if you enjoyed this, let me know down below. Let me know who you want on the next episode. I know you want Kaylee. I know. She's very busy. I'm going to do it eventually, I promise. So besides Kaylee, who else would you like down below? And we will continue to swing for Kaylee. So thank you, Nicole. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.